make these like sort of Easter egg cryptic hinting that I have started to do with my fans. I can do that is because they actually care about lyrics. We can kind of play and have fun with the way we release music.
It's a lot more upbeat and it's a lot more like fun pop, like excitement. And I think that's a completely like 180 from a lot of the songs on Torture Poets for sure. I've been fortunate enough to hear every single song on here, so I know they're all 12 bangers.
Jason and Travis Kelce are officially certified members of the Swiftie fandom, if they weren't already. Just minutes after Taylor Swift dropped her highly anticipated 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, the Kelce brothers celebrated in true New Heights fashion, with a meme, naturally. On their podcast's official Instagram page, the duo posted a hilarious Mean Girls-inspired photo with a caption, "Happy release day to all who celebrate." The meme? Absolute perfection. It featured a photoshopped classroom scene, Jason sitting at his desk and Travis perched casually behind him. In the first frame, the text reads, "On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was." In the next, Jason turns around and Travis responds, "It's the Life of a Showgirl release day." Peak internet behavior, no doubt. Fans couldn't get enough. Swifties flooded the comment section with excitement, heart emojis, and witty references to Taylor's new songs. One fan wrote, "Love the New Heights shoutout in Wood," referring to one of the album's most buzzed-about tracks. Another confessed, "4 songs in, and I still can't pick a favorite." Others praised Travis for being openly supportive of Taylor, with one particularly emotional comment reading, "As a Swiftie, it's amazing to see someone love her so loudly and in such a beautiful way." And perhaps the most poetic shoutout came from a fan who tagged Travis and wrote, "Thanks for saving our queen's heart from the fate of Oilia."
Kept it.
Swiftie poetry right there. But let's talk about the real headline. Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl has officially arrived, and fans are already calling it one of her most iconic eras yet. The album features 12 brand new tracks, including a much-hyped collaboration with Sabrina Carpenter on the title song. Whether you're a die-hard Swiftie, a Kansas City Chiefs fan, or just here for the memes, October 3rd has officially been upgraded to a national holiday. And let's be clear, Taylor's not just serving vocals this era. She's serving pure BD. On her playful, sultry new track Wood, that stands for Big Dance Energy. Forget old-school superstitions about walking under ladders or black cats crossing your path. Swift flips them into a cheeky celebration of confidence, luck, and desire. "Seems to me that you and me, we make our own luck," she purrs before landing the knockout lyric. "His love was the key that opened my thighs." Let's just say fans everywhere collectively blushed. Unsurprisingly, the song is about that man, NFL star and fiancé Travis Kelce. The lyrics even drop sly nods to his New Heights podcast and reference a hard rock, which fans believe is her engagement ring. Subtle? Not even close. Clever? Absolutely. Stephanie Bird, a Harvard professor who literally teaches a class on Taylor Swift, says none of this is accidental. Taylor grew up hearing male country and rock stars sing raunchy lyrics without backlash, Bird explains. Now she's reclaiming that space. Openly, joyfully, and powerfully, as a woman in her mid-30s who's about to get married. Bird argues that Wood isn't just provocative, it's intentional and revolutionary for pop. This kind of bold sensuality isn't new in rap or R&B, she adds, but it's still rare in mainstream pop, especially from someone who once hit her belly button. And speaking of belly buttons, the showgirl era has Taylor showing more skin and confidence than ever before. Think leotards, corsets, deep cuts, and rhinestone everything. The woman who once kept her midriff under wraps is now sparkling from head to toe, literally. The visual transformation began back in August, when Swift surprised fans on Travis and Jason's podcast with the album announcement and revealed a glitter-soaked cover image of herself submerged in a bathtub, corset and all. "My day ends in a bathtub, not usually in a bedazzled dress," she joked to Jason. "I wanted to glamorize the behind-the-scenes chaos of the era's tour. The blisters, the sore joints, the jet lag. No problem. T.O. pull it all together." Swift jetted to Sweden between tour stops to record the album with her longtime collaborators Max Martin and Shellback, the legendary hitmakers behind 1989, Reputation, and Red.
My day ends
with me in a bathtub, not usually in a bedazzled dress.
Sure.
One of the things about this record is like, it's a record I made with my mentor, Max Martin, and Shellback. And the three of us have made some of my favorite songs that I've ever done before.
Travis is all in, no doubt. On the podcast, he couldn't stop gushing about the album, calling it a non-stop party. "This one's gonna make you dance," he told Jason. "It's banger after banger. Every track hits harder than the last."
Cancelled, but it's in all caps with an exclamation point at the end.
That's a banger. It's a lot more upbeat, and it's a lot more like fun pop, like excitement. And I think that's a completely like 180 from a lot of the songs on Tortured Poets for sure. I've been fortunate enough to hear every single song on here, so I know they're all 12 bangers.
The full life of a Showgirl tracklist is a total feast for the senses. From shimmering pop anthems to sultry ballads, every song feels like a deliberate statement of power and freedom. Among them, Wood stands out, not just because it's the shortest at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but because it hits hard and unapologetically pushes boundaries, both musically and culturally. For centuries, women have been told not to talk openly about desire. Taylor Swift, however, flips that script completely. She's asking, why not? Why not celebrate it, own it, dance to it? And that's exactly what Wood does. Beneath the glitter, the beats, and the cheeky wordplay, the life of a showgirl represents a massive turning point in Swift's career, and she's not holding back. The 35-year-old pop queen recently set Instagram ablaze with a photo dump celebrating the release of her dazzling 12th studio album, and fans have not stopped screaming since. But one photo in particular, that photo has already achieved instant legend status. In it, Taylor lounges across a table, yes, an actual table, wearing a sheer dress covered in oversized green circles, paired with black heels and glimmering silver-leg jewelry. Her blonde hair falls in soft waves with full bangs, and her pose is pure chaotic good. One leg stretched high against a door frame, arms curled effortlessly, a half-eaten spaghetti plate, and cocktail in the background. It's giving fashion editorial meets. "I just got home from the club and remembered I have leftovers." Swifties completely lost it. "Travis is so lucky. FR." One comment screamed. Another read, "Hello, Taylor Allison Swift Kelce," while a meme of Travis giving her the side eye pretty much summed up the collective internet meltdown. But beyond the thirst, the photos were art. The caption featured a short poem, classic Swift, and a heartfelt message about how proud she is of Showgirl. The rest of the images were equally stunning. In one, she stuns in a red satin corset with opera gloves and sheer stockings. In another, she gleams in a bronzy orange glitter gown with matching gloves. She wears a silver bikini made entirely of jewelry, paired with a goddess-level headpiece, and poses alongside a lineup of equally glamorous women in a red sequin dress. Then there's the soft, luxurious moment, Taylor lounging on a bed in a sheer robe with chunky wool trim, exuding vintage Hollywood energy. The vibe switches again when she appears in a glossy black top, boots, and gloves ensemble that brings total drama. And finally, she closes with a silver shimmer dress, celestial crown, and a chunky statement necklace fit for a museum display. If The Life of a Showgirl is the album, this photo collection is the mood board. Part Vegas showgirl, part 70s glam, and entirely Taylor Swift. For anyone who thought Taylor might slow down after the Tortured Poets department, this era just said, loudly, "Not a chance, darling." But before The Life of a Showgirl officially dropped and sent the internet into a glitter-fueled frenzy, Taylor and Travis Kelce were already turning heads during a final night out together. The couple was spotted at 1587 Prime Steakhouse, a sleek, upscale restaurant co-owned by Travis and his Chiefs teammate Patrick Mahomes, on a Thursday night, just a day before the album's release. And let's just say, Taylor didn't come to play. She leaned hard into punk rock glam, rocking a black corset top and a pleated Vivienne Westwood plaid miniskirt that had fans screaming in full caps. The look was finished with buckled leather lug sole boots, also by Westwood, channeling serious 2000s rebel energy. With her blonde hair pulled back into a ponytail, signature red lipstick, and a perfectly sharp winged eyeliner. She looked like she'd stepped straight out of a high-fashion reimagining of a punk zine. The vibe was clear. Rockstar girlfriend meets fashion royalty. The moment was captured perfectly in a cozy photo shared by Jeremiah Sims, showing Swift wrapping her arms around her fiancé, looking every bit like a woman standing on the edge of a bold new chapter, both musically and personally. At the time, The Life of a Showgirl was just one day away from release, and the buzz was electric, not just around the album, but around her future with Kelce. Rumors about an upcoming wedding were already swirling, and sources close to the couple weren't exactly denying them. One insider shared that while the ceremony was still in very early planning stages, things were definitely moving. No venue had been selected yet, but Taylor was reportedly having the time of her life, diving into Pinterest boards and mood boards, fully immersed in the creative ideation phase. Naturally, when you're Taylor Swift, designer offers for the wedding gowns start flying in from every major fashion house. According to the same insider, she's been overwhelmed and flattered by how many top designers want to create her dress. But as of now, no final decision has been made. As for the wedding vibe itself, don't expect a flashy Hollywood circus. The couple reportedly wants something intimate and meaningful, surrounded by close friends and family, not paparazzi and red carpets. For two people constantly in the spotlight, it seems they're keeping their most important day refreshingly low-key. But you know what's not low-key? The album itself. The Life of a Showgirl is a glittery, sultry, love-drunk whirlwind, a kaleidoscope of sound that dances through every era Swift has ever touched. Yet, at its heart, it's also a full-blown love letter to Travis Kelce. Across tracks like Elizabeth Taylor, Opalite, Honey, Wood, and Eldest Daughter, Taylor sings about her whirlwind romance with the NFL star, weaving in clever nods to engagement rings, wedding bells, and the thrill of being deeply seen. Though most of the songs were written before Travis actually proposed, it's hard not to feel the energy of manifestation throughout. On Wishlist, she trades stadium lights for porch lights, fame for peace, and fantasy for something beautifully human. It's a song that imagines a quieter, truer love, a love that feels like home. If the Tortured Poets Department was about surviving heartbreak, The Life of a Showgirl is about celebrating survival itself. It's the sound of a woman who has reclaimed her work, her voice, her heart, and is dancing, sparkling, and loving her way through the next act of her story.
List. It's a song that was actually the last song that we made for the album. And it was the song where, like, after we finished it, I was like, and then in the chorus, it talks about what mine would be. And it's a really dreamy song. It's a really romantic.
In one of The Life of a Showgirl's most personal songs, Taylor Swift reflects on the industry she's lived in her entire adult life. They want the bright lights and Balenciaga shades and a fat ass with a baby face, she sings, cutting straight through the noise of fame and expectation. Then comes the lyric that stops everything. I just want you. No metaphors, no filters, just truth. From there, she paints a picture of quiet domestic bliss, far removed from Hollywood chaos. Have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. We tell the world to leave us the _ alone. And they do. Got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball hoop. It's the most romantic kind of rebellion. Trading red carpets for cul-de-sacs, private jets for peace. The lyrics land even harder knowing that Taylor and Travis Kelce actually spent much of their downtime away from the public eye, splitting the off-season and her tour break between Missouri and Pennsylvania. Close to family, far from paparazzi, they built something real. Taylor even opened up about that period during her surprise appearance on Travis's New Heights podcast, admitting that the quiet time together helped them truly get to know each other beyond the spotlight. Later in the track, she leans into her signature mix of honesty and humor. I made wishes on all of the stars. God, please bring me a best friend who I think is hot. It's classic Swift, earnest, cheeky, and deeply heartfelt. Then comes the gut punch. Thought I had it once, twice, but I did not. A clear nod to past heartbreaks before she delivers the final note of peace and fulfillment. You caught me off guard. I hope I get what I want, 'cause I know what I want. And at this point, there's no doubt she got exactly that.